Woo! What's going on, guys? Orange Forum coming at you guys today again, and today we'll be talking about day 2, some training camp review, and started out with the usual with Aaron Glenn leading the up-down session, and some players getting involved. That defense gets really involved in this, and whoever wants to join in. It looks like it's a team unity thing. Coaches were involved again, so that's a good start for a practice. Get the blood going. Started off though, cornerback Mike Ford looking really smooth out there. Good hips, turning effortlessly. Looks like a different cornerback this year. He's taking his approach a little bit different with his reps. So it looks like he's worked on a lot of footwork and stuff. He looks like he's got the front running nickel job right now, and with Corn Elder behind him, same as yesterday. Jeff Okudah, our 3rd overall rookie that we drafted last year, made another outstanding play, running stride for stride with Tyrell Williams. That's not an easy task at all. Tyrell Williams can flat out run. He can fly. It was a deep pass. Jared Goff threw it. Beautiful ball going right into the hands of Tyrell Williams. Jeff Okudah knocked the ball down, made the play, and let everybody know about it. People went nuts. He went nuts. It was a very exciting play for Jeff Okudah. He's also showing a lot of leadership out there, Okudah, right now. He's taken all the rookies under his wing, especially guys like undrafted free agent Jerry Jacobs, and just showing them the ropes, coaching guys up. And then when he has a chance, he's talking to the DB coach, Aubrey Pleasant, as much as he can, and they're just communicating. Communication is key, and this is what Okudah is doing, and he has a whole different mindset. Reggie Gilbert's out there, the defensive end, edge, outside linebacker that we picked up out of Tennessee, a little bit of a journeyman. He's been playing well out there too, had a good day too. He could definitely become, I think, one of our 4th or 5th guys coming off the bench in passing situations, creating some chaos, some quarterback pressure, hopefully some sacks. And he was playing really good yesterday. He was beaten up on offensive tackle Matt Nelson yesterday on a few plays, got a sack, got a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Just doing a lot of nice things. It's all simulated. They don't have their pads on right now, but simulated sack, simulated tackle. But he's beating his man. He's getting his job done. He's looking good out there, and he's letting people know about it as well too. So that's good that they got that fire. I like that. And then wide receiver Khalif Raymond got some first team reps on the offense. It looks like St. Brown, the rookie, and Raymond will be fighting for that slot right now, that starting slot. And then Raymond looks like the punt returner, kick returner, obviously. Raymond made a real nice play on a bubble screen on the offense for a nice chunky yards. And then don't forget, Victor Bolden's getting a lot of looks. He's getting moved around a lot too. Victor Bolden, keep an eye on him. He's getting looks, so he's in the mix too. They did end up picking up a player yesterday. They added defensive tackle Bruce Hector to the team. He's a DT, is 6'2", 296 pounds. Pretty sure he's just a camp body. He's 26 years old. He's bounced around to the Carolina Panthers, Arizona Cardinals, Tennessee Titans, Eagles was his last team. He's only got like 2 tackles and 1 quarterback hit in 2 years. Played at South Florida. He was a pretty good football player at South Florida though, man. 90 tackles, 28 tackles for loss, 18 sacks, 3 pass deflects and a couple forced fumbles. He's a guy that looks like I haven't done any work on this guy. I haven't really looked at any of his tape, but he's just from looking at his numbers, just gauging off that. It looks like he's a pass rushing defensive tackle. So, but he's bounced around. This is his 1, 2, 3, 4. This is his 5th team in 2 years. So he's a guy that you're going to have to, he seems to be a camp body right now, but maybe he could surprise. I don't really know. I'm not too convinced that he's going to be around too much longer. He could be just a camp body, but his numbers in college were pretty nice, man. Especially for defensive tackle, 18 sacks in like 3-4 years. So he can get to the quarterback. I think it was 3 years at South Florida. He's South Florida Bull. So he's got a little bit of ability in college. He just hasn't grasped it in the NFL yet. But anyways, undrafted free agent wide receiver rookie Javon McKinley, the wide receiver. Was removed from the reserve NFI list, so he's back practicing, which is a good sign. And then safety and special teams ace C.J. Moore was absent. No real reason. Couldn't really find the reason why. He's a little bit of a bubble player, I think. And he's playing a position, though, safety that's kind of, I would say it's wide open. Starting to close a little bit, but I think it's, You know, just whoever shows up and plays well, I think has a really good shot at making that squad in the safety room. But he could be a guy that could be on the bubble. His special teams are really good, though. He's a good special teamer, so he might have the leg up there. But he was hurt, and no real reason why. And he had center guard Evan Brown, NFI list, offensive guard Evan Heim, COVID, edge Austin Bryant on the PUP list still, and linebacker Jalen Reeves-Maben, COVID, still not practicing. The only guy that came off that was wide receiver Javon McKinley. So there's still a few guys not practicing yet. On the injury side of it, Hunter Thedford, the tight end, he left practice early yesterday. He was able to walk off on his own power, though, so maybe it's not as serious as we think, but you never know right now. So he did get hurt, and he was the tight end we picked up, blocking tight end that we picked up. So a big kid, massive dude, actually. So he's got to keep an eye on. He's hurt right now. The quarterback kind of controversy still continues a little bit. Tim Boyle receiving majority of the second team reps, but Blau was pushing hard, and he's not really going away. He's making this a real battle, so that's a good sign for the backup to Jared Goff. Then we had some 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s. This is what they went with. Something to keep an eye on too as well. When they went too wide, the wide receiver X was Brashad Perryman. Then backing up him was Victor Bolden and Quintez Cephas. Again, keep an eye on Victor Bolden. He's getting a ton of looks. It looks like they really want to get this guy involved early. So this guy might be a guy that I'm not going to say he's going to break out, but it might be a guy that makes the roster finally. You know what I mean? And gets some playing time. So that was the wide receiver X. When they went wide receiver Z, it was Tyrell Williams, Khalif Raymond, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. So Amon-Ra St. Brown getting some looks on the outside, something that he never really did at USC. You're going to have to keep an eye on that as well, too. He was pretty much mainly a slot guy at USC as a Trojan in college. So he's getting some outside looks, which is nice. They really like him. I like him, too. He's a good football player. He's all business. You know, he's got some fun side to him, too, but he's all business when it comes to the actual game of football. And that's good that he's getting some looks outside. He's not just one-dimensional that can play in the slot. He can maybe get some outside work. When they went 3 wide, they went wide receiver X. It went Brashad Perryman and Quintez Cephas, backing him up. And then the slot was a mixture of St. Brown and Khalif Raymond, which I like, too. That's going to be a real nice battle to watch, that slot position. Watch that closely. Watch it. I'm telling you right now. And then the wide receiver Z was Tyrell Williams and Victor Bolden. Again, Victor Bolden getting a lot of looks. I really like to see this. I hope this kid is dynamite with the ball in his hands. He's really small. He's like 180 pounds. He's more of a special team guy, but he's good with the ball in his hands. He's really dynamic with the ball in his hands. Just hasn't really had an opportunity much in the NFL, and I think he's getting that look finally in a room that's not really loaded with talent. So it could be a guy that could stick out. I like it. Now, there was a lot more fullback and tight end work going on in day 2. The backup tight end battle is heating up a little bit. Elise Mack, the free agent we picked up out of New Orleans. Dan Campbell knows who Elise Mack is. He went to Notre Dame too as well in college, and Mack got coached up by Dan Campbell and as a Saint. He looks like he's the front runner right now for that tight end number 3 spot. But undrafted free agent guys like Jake Hausman out of Ohio State and Brock Wright out of Notre Dame are making a little bit of noise for that number 4. I don't think they're really pushing Elise Mack, it doesn't sound like, but they're making a little bit of noise out there, Hausman and Brock Wright. So both those guys are mainly tight end guys that they were in college. Who knows what they could be in the NFL? I don't think they're going to come out and be these receiving tight ends. Brock Wright might. He's super athletic. He might be able to be a little more on the offensive side. But it's good that both these guys are making a little bit of noise for that tight end 4. Who knows if they'll keep 4 tight ends? That's a lot of tight end. You have to have at least 3 of them though. 2 of these guys probably have to play some special teams. So the O-line, we'll go to the O-line. Pretty much the same as day 1. All the starters are in place. Taylor Decker, Jonah Jackson, Ragnow, Big V at right guard, and then the big fellow himself too, right tackle Penei Sewell, the rookie out of Oregon. So those guys are pretty much in place. No changes just yet. Tyrell Crosby is getting a lot of looks everywhere. He's at second team left tackle. He was playing some third team left guard as well. Third team center was most notably, it was undrafted free agent Drake Jackson out of Kentucky, Logan Stedberg's a teammate prior, and even Jonah Jackson was getting some center looks too as the third team guy. So Jonah Jackson did it a little bit too, I think, in college. I think he played a little bit of center, or he's capable of playing some center. So that's how the O-line's kind of shaping up right now. The front seven, a lot of sub-package looks were going on in day two. So that means like a four-man front, no 3-4s. So sub-package was like four-man fronts. So you get the two down defensive tackles and the two edges. Those edge players were both standing up and with their hands in the dirt. So a little bit of mix and match there. And then it was basically Romeo at left defensive end, then a heavy rotation of Aleem McNeil, Nick Williams, Michael Brockers, and Trey Flowers at the right defensive end spot. Keep in mind, most notably there, Aleem McNeil. They are trying to move this kid all over the place. He does not move. He does not move like a 320, 330 pound man. He's a lot more nimble. He's very twitchy. He's quick for a big fella. So him going to right defensive end, or them trying to experiment to see if he can do that, is awesome in itself. That's just great that they can move him around. Let's see if it really works. He is a true nose tackle in my opinion, but he can play defensive tackle as well. Move him over, and he can play. And you move him over again, and he can play some. Hopefully, he can play some right defensive end and some sub packages, which is great, and because he can get to the quarterback. He's not just a run stuffer. So I love that. And then with the secondary, Jerry Jacobs, the undrafted free agent, is starting to turn a little bit of heads sometimes. He's turning some heads a bit. He's asking a lot of questions and making some plays as well. He's getting in Akuda. He's getting in Akuda's ear, and he's getting in Amani Oruware's ear. And he's just getting into the coach's ear. He's just asking a lot of questions, something that I like, and you see him out there making plays. And then you see guys like Akuda and Oruware, when they're not on the field, they're literally talking to Coach Aubrey Pleasant, the DB coach. Communication, again, I stress it. Communication is key, something that this old regime didn't do well. So this is a nice thing to see. Then the safety room is starting to shape up, like I kind of talked about, I guess. It still worries me. Tracy Walker and Will Harris are your starting safeties. And then you got Dean Marlowe hanging around as that number 3 guy so far. And then the number 4 looks to be up for grabs with guys like the undrafted free agent out of Notre Dame, Jalen Elliott and Bobby Price, splitting reps as that number 4, trying to find a number 4 there. I think I got if I was to put money on that number 4, I kind of like Bobby Price. I think he's a little more athletic. Jalen Elliott's more of a box safety, I would say. I don't really like him in coverage that much. I think Bobby Price is just a little more athletic. So that safety room is starting to shape up a little bit. CJ Moore is hurt, a little bit banged up, so we'll see what happens there, but I don't think he's much in the mix as well, though. And then on a side note, on the secondary, Aubrey Pleasant is fun to watch out there coaching, according to Eric Schlitt. So he holds players accountable. He's holding players really accountable, and it looks like he's coaching guys up. If you make a mistake out there, he takes you to the side. He doesn't get in your face and scream at you like a maniac. He'll coach you up, but he'll make you do it again. So he's setting the standard. He's doing what coaches should do. He's not doing it like Patricia, cutting you down, doing all that stuff. This guy's doing it the right way, man. So if you make a mistake, he's going to make you do it again, but he's going to coach you up. He's going to tell you what you did wrong, what you should have done prior to that. Now, he's also having a little bit of fun too. He had a minor little dance battle with undrafted free agent Jalen Elliott on a song that was playing through the speakers, and then it was right back to business with him. So he can be on the lighter side of things too, which is something you want to hear and see. Special teams, guys, the new kickers that we acquired, Randy Bullock and Matthew Wright, were solid on field goals, no more than 45 yards. They didn't go beyond 45 yards. Bullock went 6 for 6 with an offensive line in front of him too, which is nice. And then Wright hit on all 4 of his kicks too, so they both went perfect. Bullock has been perfect so far in camp, and Wright has only missed one, and it was a very close one. So they've been pretty good out there kicking the ball. Kickoffs, too, were the focus on day 2. Kickoff returns. Khalif Raymond, Victor Bolden, and Tom Kennedy were the lead dogs out there, with a little bit of mix of DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams apparently was dancing the whole time. He's just a fun guy to be around, I guess. His character is off the wall. He's a good guy. He's always got a smile on his face. He's just very positive, very energetic. Great for the locker room, I think. And he's just a fun guy to be around. Now, even newly running back Godwin Igwebuike, who was moved from safety to the running back room, was actually back there taking some kickoffs too. So they're trying to find those guys in emergency, like guys like Swift, Jamal Williams, Igwebuike. They're like emergency guys. So, and the last thing that I noticed, the last thing that was noted was the post-practice work right after practice. It continues, and it's starting to catch fire earlier, which you really like to see and hear. The O-line and D-line split up, and they got in some extra work. The linebackers too as well. The linebackers got the first crack at the jugs machine. The jugs machine is becoming super popular right now, and the linebackers got first crack at it. And then the last guys that stayed on the field were T.J. Hawkinson, Khalif Raymond, again, wide receiver, and another wide receiver, Victor Bolden, which is great. And then again, Amon-Ra St. Brown, the rookie out of USC. Great to see, great to hear. That's the video, guys. Get it, boys. This is it right there. Thanks for the video, guys. Thanks for paying attention, and chiming in here and listening, whatever. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Get all my videos, and don't forget to like and comment. It's all about the likes and comment. This was day 2 wrapped up. Day 3 tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Go Lions. Boom.